Hey, so I've been thinking about doing some videos on my sexuality and gender identity lately, but I've been going back and forth about it. Not entirely sure, but since it's Transgender Day of Visibility, I thought I'd just talk about my gender identity and my sexuality, just to, you know, um, really just to talk about it, really, because I'm only started figuring it out recently. Like I've always known subconsciously that it was that I was like this, but like due to reasons, I've just kind of like buried that down, and not really thought about who I am until just a couple of months ago. Just to get the record straight, I am gender fluid, greysexual, and panromantic. I may be somewhere on the aromantic spectrum. I haven't quite figured that part out yet. I'm figuring I may be either if I can talk, we will get somewhere. I'm either lithoromantic or I know I'm going to butcher this pronunciation, and if anyone who's in that representation is watching this, I'm so sorry for butchering this. Quioromantic. A common other way of saying it is WTF romantic. And see, the way my gender identity work is I shift between aromantic and let me fix that. The way my gender identity works is I shift between agender and bigender. I shift between the two of them, so I just say I'm gender fluid for ease of communication. But like some days I'm 100% I'm like hyper feminine. Some days I hyper masculine. Other days I'm slightly feminine. Some days I'm slightly masculine. Other days, like I both genders in one body, but my default setting is agender. Like most days, I will be agender, but some days I not. Like for my gender pronouns, I go by she, her, he, him, or they, them. I really 90% of the time, I'm completely indifferent to my gender pronouns. You can call me whatever you want and I won't bat an eyelash, but there are some days, especially when I'm hyper masculine, where just being called she, her, or hearing my feminine name will like be like a nice stroke to the ears, and I just don't like being called that, which is real. Hang on, I'll get to that in a minute. But like when I'm agender or feminine, I don't care. And it's weird because like when I'm hyper feminine, you'd think I wouldn't want to be called he, him, or called Chris, which is my masculine name. You'd think that I wouldn't want to hear it when I'm hyper feminine, but no, like when I'm hyper feminine, I don't mind being called he, him, or Chris, because my personality is always like slightly masculine, even when my head is like hyper feminine. Just because I normally like the percentage I am hyper masculine and the percentage I am hyper feminine is low, but I'm more often hyper masculine than I am hyper feminine, and because of this, the personality that I give off is always to some degree slightly masculine, so people around me get used to that. So in the past, I've had friends who have gotten used to me being one of the guys that they've convinced themselves that I am biologically a male. like throughout middle school and high school. People don't really do that much now that I am in college, but like in middle school and high school, it was a big thing where I would literally get in arguments with people trying to convince them that I was not biologically a male. And the thing is, like, I don't mind if you perceive me as a male, because I'm always, save for that slight time that I'm hyper feminine, I'm always slightly masculine. So if you call me he, I won't care. But if you tell me that I'm biologically male, I will correct you, because that's simply not true. So there's that. And like I said, that was mostly during middle school and college. I mean, middle school and high school. In college, people mostly see me as a cis female. Part of that is because I've only accepted and acknowledged my gender fluidity recently, like a couple of months ago, like December, a couple of months ago. So people in my college have gotten so used to seeing me as a cis female and presenting myself and calling myself a cis female, that now that I know I'm not, I have like anxiety over correcting people, because like 90% of the time I don't care. 90% of the time, like, you call me whatever you want and I will respond whatever the case may be. But when I'm hyper masculine, it's like I almost don't want to hear it. Like being called she, her just really messes with my dysphoria. And just so I'm having trouble being able to speak up and say, please don't call me that today, because partially I'm like quasi in the closet. Some people know, but most people don't, partially because I don't really know how to bring it up. I'm still getting comfortable with this idea with myself. Like, I've always felt this way, but like I've never really acknowledged it, because like I said, as soon as like my mind would become aware of it, I'd like bury it down. So like now that I'm becoming aware of it, like I'm hyper aware of it, but I don't know how to deal with it and express it and like take care of it, if that makes sense. And for those of you who like already have your gender fluidity understood down pat, if I'm saying anything that is offensive or like ignorant, I do apologize. Like I said, I'm just starting to understand myself, so if I say anything that's not quite right, I do apologize, and feel free to correct me politely. I am more than willing to learn and to understand more, both my own gender fluidity and gender fluidity in general. Just anyway, where was I? Oh, right. Just the idea of trying to make myself feel more comfortable when I'm masculine is just, I'm unsure how to do that right now, both socially and personally. The first step was this hair. I realized that not a lot of people watch my videos because I'm with like 5 followers, but like in the past, my hair was like down the middle of my back. And like when I was feminine or agender, I had no problem with it. But when I was hypermasculine, the hair was causing a lot of dysphoria and just really uncomfortable for me. And in the past, since like I'm not, I'm hypermasculine more often than I'm hyperfeminine. But like I said, my default setting is agender, and when I'm agender, I don't care how long my hair is. But recently, I don't know if I'm becoming hypermasculine more frequently or if I'm just being hyper aware of my dysphoria when I'm hypermasculine. But recently, the hair was just causing me so much trouble that I basically just chopped it off and went with this look. Currently, the look is amazing. I love it, and it just fixes like so many problems. I feel so much more comfortable with myself. Just feel so much more relaxed. Like looking at this camera right now, I didn't realize like how, like looking in a mirror, I got it. Like I could feel it. But like looking in this camera right now, I can be able to see like, okay, yes, there's definitely a boyish look to me now, and that just feels so much better. And just I feel so much more free and relaxed now that I don't have all this to contend with. I mean, granted, I have like a colic here, in which I was fiddling with this morning because it wouldn't lie flat, but it seems to be relaxed now, and I don't know. Maybe in the future, once the purple fades out of my hair, I might go shorter, or hell, it might go longer. I don't know. I just really want to like play with my hair and figure out stuff like figure out like the perfect. I mean, it's perfect now, like, but like, I don't know. I have ideas in my head of how my hair should look and everything like that. Like, I've had my hair long for so long. I can't remember last time I got it cut. I think I was like 5 or 10. And I'm 22, almost 23 now. So like, I've had my hair so long and for so long. And like now that I don't have it like that, it's just so freeing. And I didn't realize like in the past, whenever I have debated getting my hair short, I like dismissed it because like, no, you don't look good with short hair. You don't look good with bangs in your face. You don't look good with short hair. And the thing is, whenever I tried getting my hair cut short in the past, either my mom or the hairdresser was like dictating how it should be done, and I wasn't quite sure what I wanted, and I didn't really feel that much freedom over what my hair looked like, so I always hated the way my hair looked short. So growing it out, I convinced myself the only way I look good is with long hair. But now that I'm more into myself and have more control over what gets done in the hairdresser, hair salon, hairdresser, whatever, now that I have more control over what gets done, I realize like, no, I rock the short hair look. I just need to be able to dictate how it looks in order for it to look good. So there's that. And I don't know how it is I realize that every gender fluid person is different, but for me personally, my dysphoria comes in the form of my hair, my voice, and my bottom. Sometimes it's the chest, but like not very often. The only time like I feel like, okay, these things need to go is when like I'm hyper masculine. If I'm feminine or agender or even slightly masculine, I don't mind them. It's only when like I'm like hyper masculine that I'm like, okay, these shouldn't be here. So I don't know if I can technically say I have top dysphoria, because like 90% of the time I'm either happy with these or indifferent to them. So I don't feel like I need to do anything with them. But like my voice, I'm this may sound weird, but like, okay, I definitely want my voice to be deeper. Not drastically like baritone deep, like just a slightly deeper. But like my ideal would be either neutral, neither male nor female, or like this is gonna sound so sci-fi. Um, I would really love it if like I could sound like a male and a woman speaking at the same time, and like I could lean into it, depending on how feminine or how masculine I'm feeling that day. Granted, I realize that that is completely sci-fi fiction stuff. That's never going to happen. I'm fully aware of that. But like, I'm talking about like my ideal setting of um, like without the constrictions of reality or present science. Like if I could have my ideal voice, it would sound like a male and a woman speaking at the same time, and like I could lean into it depending on how masculine, how feminine I was feeling that day. But like I would settle for just sounding neutral, like not sounding male or female. That would be nice. But if even that wasn't possible, just slightly lower, just slightly. Um, that way, when I'm feeling more masculine, I feel more comfortable with my voice. And like, I never really liked my voice in the first place. Like, even when I'm hyper feminine, I don't like the way my voice sounds. But like, when I'm feminine, it's not a dysphoria thing. It's just a self-conscious thing. But when I'm masculine or hyper masculine, I'm just like, yeah, my voice is way too high right now. I mean, there was one time when I noticed that when my voice was, when my throat was very dry, and when I hadn't had a water in a long time, I got close to what I was comfortable with. So there was one day when I literally went as long as I possibly could without drinking water, just so I can keep that gruff, low, deep sound to my voice. I know it's not very healthy, and I only did it once, but like I just felt a lot better with my voice a little deeper. Now the bottom dysphoria, I definitely have, but it's not exactly something that could be fixed with bottom surgery. Because like, yes, when I'm hyper masculine, I envision myself with a penis, but I don't really have a desire for it most of the time. But the thing is, I dislike. Uh, um, my ideal setting would be not having genitalia down there. It makes a lick of sense. Like, I don't want male genitalia, I don't want female genitalia, I want literally nothing down there. Like, I do not feel comfortable with having female genitalia, and I feel about as and the same amount of discomfort with the idea of having male genitalia. I don't like the idea of having bottom genitalia, which once again I'm fully aware that the only way I'd be able to get that is if I jumped into some sci-fi reality. So the closest I can. So I don't know how I feel about getting surgery, because like most of what would make me feel comfortable, I can't really get done in the first place. The one thing I do want is hysterectomy, though. Like this, I know you can't see because of the way where the camera cuts off, but like my uterus needs to go. That is without question. It's like a parasite inside my body right now. That's the best way I can describe it. Like there is a parasite inside me, and it's killing me. Not literally killing me, but like it's attacking me monthly. It's a parasite that attacks, and because of my disability, I have cerebral palsy. Because of my disability, my cycles are irregular, and my cramping is there's like palpitating. I can't pronounce that word, but like there are months where like I'm in a fetal position, cannot move for a whole day because the cramping is so bad. So like, uh, uh, so it's like there's a parasite that attacks me monthly, and I just need it gone. I just need it gone so badly. I don't know if anyone else, uh, uh, well, experiences has that same image in their heads, uh, but like it's now. I don't know if I should talk about my sexuality here or wait till another video because um, it is Transgender Day of Visibility, and I don't know if I want to talk about my gender identity and the my sexual orientation in the same video, but you know what? I don't know if I'm going to do this today, but I'm definitely going to do this in another video. And I don't know how many people are watching, considering the fact that I have like 5 followers, something like that. I'm a visible nobody on YouTube. I'm fully aware, but like this was very therapeutic. Just getting it all out here. I was actually expecting to stumble over my words and have to take like 5-10 takes with this, and I realized that I probably still stumbled on my words, but like not as much as I thought I would. Like once I started going, it just like verbal diarrhea, just vomited every where. So like this felt like really soothing to just get it out, even if nobody else sees it. So to the few of you that this may get to, or the none of you that this gets to, thank you for watching. Thank you for being understanding, and happy Transgender Day of Visibility. Remember, you are real. You exist. You are valid, and anyone who tells you otherwise can kiss your ass. Thank you for watching.